Hi, welcome back to the Positive Prepper. Um, the video that I did yesterday was basically ways that you can use the darkness to strengthen your prepping skills. Today, I'm going to talk about just very basic 5 things to do either when or before the power goes out. Okay? And the reason that I'm covering this so much is because there's been a lot of talk about these rolling blackouts possibly hitting the United States. You know, I want to believe that it's not going to happen because, I mean, we're like the United States of America. But on the other side of it, we are the United States of America right now under a specific administration. And with all of the crises that's going on around the world globally with the energy shortages, coal, gas, natural gas, propane, etc. I don't know if we are going to be immune from that. So I want to do this really quick video for, I guess this would be mainly for newer preppers, seasoned preppers. Hopefully you all have these things in place, or you know how you're going to solve these issues. So remember that, and you will hear me say this quite frequently about, making sure that all of your preps are done as if the power grid was down. So you should already have your backup heat, your backup power supply. And then remember that if you're using like a gas generator, that you need to have your extra gas, because you might not be able to get gas to keep that generator running. And then don't forget your oil and your tools to do maintenance on your generator to keep it going. So these are just 5 very basic things. So number 1, if you can, as soon as you can, put together what we call a lights out box. And this should have your flashlights, your lanterns, your battery operated radio, and then obviously make sure that you can get to that box if the power goes out, if we have a blackout. Don't put it somewhere up in the far reaches of your closet universe, okay? You want to make sure that it's available and accessible to everybody. So even you need to consider like your younger kids, are they going to be able to reach it? If you're not home, can they get to that box? So just make sure that it's put together with everything that you need. I know a lot of people throw in things like bottled water, protein bars, blankets, a deck of cards. You can have it as basic or as more developed that you want. It just depends on your needs and what you find to be more important. But you should have something. So get something together and call it your lights out box and have it someplace that is easily accessible to everybody. Okay, number 2, in the case of a blackout, unplug your electronics. A lot of us have the power surge cables so that if the power goes out and comes back on, our appliances aren't getting that sudden jolt. But it still is a smart idea to unplug, especially, I think, your computers and your, even your smaller appliances like your microwave, your toaster, things like that, your TVs. Unplug those during a power outage. If the power comes back on and it surges, it could damage those appliances. Number 3, you're going to want to fill your tub, your sinks, basins, buckets, whatever you have. You're going to want to fill those with water. Obviously, be careful if you have small children and you're filling a tub with water. You want to make sure that that tub isn't accessible for young children. But you want to try to get as much water secured as you can when you can. Okay? And then number 4, if the power goes out, use up your perishable foods first. Save your canned goods and your non-perishables like your boxed foods. Save all of that for later. Use up your perishable items first. Your refrigerated foods only will stay cold for maybe 4 to 6 hours, and that depends, obviously, of course, on how often you open and close that refrigerator door. So don't get nervous and keep checking that food to see if it's staying cold, because every time you open it, it's heating up the inside. Okay? So don't do that. Just know that your refrigerated foods should stay cold for roughly 4 to 6 hours. Your freezer should keep everything frozen for roughly 24 hours. And again, don't keep checking it to make sure that it's still frozen. Leave it closed. But use your perishable food first. And then go to your, if it's an extended time, then go to your non-perishables, like your boxed and your canned foods. Okay? If things thaw out in your freezer, check them. Obviously, things can't stay unthawed for very long, especially because you're not going to have a way to keep them cold. So use them if they thaw out, but be really careful that you don't get sick. So make sure they're still okay to eat. And then the last thing is don't panic. Life still has to go on, even during a blackout. So don't forget to take your medications, eat, wash up. Just use as little resources as possible, of course, so that it lasts longer. So when you use water, for example, if you have a bowl or a big pot or something that you have water in to use to wash up, you can use that gray water to flush your toilets. Okay? So continue doing what you need to do to survive, but just remember that you have limited resources. And so you're going to want to make those resources last as long as you possibly can. So again, I know this was a short video, but I'm just trying to get some of these basics out there. I have 2 more videos that will be coming out, hopefully yet in the next 2 days. I'm going to try to do one out every day. I especially want to talk about I'm not sure how to say that, so maybe I shouldn't. But anyways, look for 2 more videos coming out, like hopefully consecutively. And then I also have a video on Rumble. It's under Positive Prepper, that was actually taken down from this platform. So it's the only video I have on there right now. I encourage all of you to watch it. I am going to be putting another one out on Rumble, and it will be entitled something like "No One Is Telling the Truth." So I encourage you to go to Rumble under Positive Prepper and look at the first video that I put on there, and then I will let you know when the second video gets put on there. Obviously, there are videos that I cannot put on this platform. So I hope you guys are staying safe and having a wonderful day. God bless.